Wow, that's cool.
Think you've tried everything? Think again. Around the world, people enjoy some of the most unusual and downright bizarre foods you've ever heard of. From squirming seafood to cheese with actual maggots, these dishes will challenge even the bravest foodies. We're about to take a culinary journey to the wild side. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because we're diving headfirst into a world of food that's as fascinating as it is stomach-churning. Let's kick things off in the Philippines with a street food delicacy that's not for the faint of heart. Belute, picture this, a fertilized duck egg, incubated until the duckling inside is nearly fully formed. It's boiled and eaten straight from the shell, and trust me, it's an experience. You've got your crunchy shell, your warm broth, and then, well, the duckling. Some people go for the younger, less developed eggs, while others prefer their balut with a side of beak and bone. Balut is a testament to the fact that one culture's bizarre is another culture's delicacy. Hold on to your stomachs, folks, because we're heading to Sardinia, Italy for a cheese experience that's truly one of a kind. Get ready to meet Kasu Marzu, a cheese so pungent, so alive, it's actually illegal in some places. What makes this cheese so special, you ask? Well, it's crawling with live maggots. This traditional Sardinian sheep's milk cheese is intentionally infested with cheese fly larvae. These little critters break down the cheese fats, giving Kasu Marzu its infamously soft, creamy texture. It's said to have a sharp, strong flavor that lingers on the palate, so if you're ever lucky enough to try Kasu Marzu, be prepared for a little extra protein with your cheese. Get ready to hold your breath because we're heading north to Iceland for a dish that's not for the faint of nose. It's time to talk about Hakarl, a fermented shark dish that's notorious for its powerful ammonia-like aroma. Hakarl starts with the Greenland shark, a species of sleeper shark found in the icy waters of the North Atlantic. Now here's where things get interesting. The meat of the Greenland shark is poisonous when fresh. To make Hakarl palatable, the shark meat undergoes a fascinating preservation process. It's buried underground for weeks, sometimes months, allowing it to ferment and detoxify. The result is a firm, pungent, slightly cheesy delicacy that's definitely an acquired taste. But hey, when in Iceland, right? Let's journey to China for a delicacy that's a feast for the eyes. Well, maybe not at first glance. Meet the century egg, also known as the 100-year egg or 1,000-year egg, a dish that's as visually striking as it is historically rich. Despite its name, the century egg isn't actually a century old. It's a preserved duck, chicken, or quail egg that's been patiently transformed over a period of weeks or months. The secret to its unique appearance and flavor lies in a curing process that involves a mixture of clay, ash, salt, quicklime, and rice hulls. As the eggs rest in this alkaline concoction, their yolks transform into a dark green, almost black, creamy center, while the whites take on a translucent, amber-brown hue. The century egg is a beloved ingredient in Chinese cuisine, often enjoyed as a delicacy or used to add a unique flavor and texture to dishes like congee or cold appetizers. We're heading to the land of the rising sun, Japan, where they've turned something most people wouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole into a culinary adventure. Get ready for tuna eyeballs. That's right. In Japan, you can walk into certain supermarkets and find these giant peepers staring back at you from the seafood section. Tuna eyeballs are considered a delicacy in Japan, often enjoyed boiled, steamed, or even eaten raw. They're packed with nutrients, especially omega-3 fatty acids, and are said to have a surprisingly mild, slightly fishy flavor. In many cultures, eating the whole animal is a sign of respect, and the eyes are considered the most prized part. Hold on to your hats, because we're about to enter the realm of true culinary daredevils in Cambodia, where they've taken something most people run screaming from and turned it into a crunchy, crawly delicacy: fried tarantulas. The tarantulas are typically seasoned with a blend of spices that include sugar, salt, and sometimes garlic, then deep fried until they're crispy on the outside and soft and gooey on the inside. Many people who've tried fried tarantulas say they taste surprisingly good, like a cross between soft-shell crab and chicken. Eating a tarantula is not just about the taste, it's about facing your fears, stepping outside your comfort zone, and experiencing something truly unique. Hold on to your chopsticks, folks, because we're diving into the world of live seafood in South Korea with a dish that's as fresh as it gets, sannakji, or live octopus. The octopus is typically chopped into bite-sized pieces while it's still alive, then seasoned with sesame oil and sometimes sprinkled with sesame seeds. Because the octopus is still alive, its tentacles are still active, meaning they can actually stick to your mouth and throat as you're trying to eat them. Sannakji is not for the faint of heart, but it's a beloved delicacy in South Korea, often enjoyed with a side of soju, a Korean rice liquor. We're heading north to the Great White North, Canada, where they've taken a part of the moose that most people wouldn't even think about eating, and turned it into a surprisingly delicious delicacy, Jellymousnose. Making Jellymousnose is a labor of love, involving boiling the moose nose for hours until it's tender, then removing the hair and cartilage. The meat is then diced, mixed with spices and seasonings, and set in a flavorful broth to solidify into a jelly. Jellymousnose is said to be surprisingly delicious with a rich, savory flavor and a unique texture. Get ready for a taste of ancient Aztec cuisine as we journey to Mexico for a dish that's both fascinating and delicious. Eskimoles, also known as insect caviar or ant larvae. Eskimoles are the edible larvae of ants that nest in the roots of the agave plant, the same plant used to make tequila and mezcal. These tiny, buttery morsels were once considered a delicacy fit for Aztec emperors, and they're still highly prized today for their unique flavor and texture. Eskimoles are often sautéed with butter, onions, and chilies, and they're said to have a delicate, slightly nutty flavor that's reminiscent of cottage cheese or scrambled eggs. We're ending our culinary adventure in the Arctic Circle, where the Inuit people of Greenland have developed a unique and, some might say, extreme method of preserving food to survive the long, harsh winters. Kibak, a traditional Inuit dish made by fermenting seabirds inside a sealskin. It involves stuffing hundreds of small seabirds, typically auks, into a hollowed-out seal carcass. The seal is then sewn up and sealed with fat to keep out air, and left to ferment for anywhere from a few months to several years. Kibak is typically eaten during special occasions and celebrations, and it's said to have a strong, fishy, slightly cheesy flavor that's not for everyone. 10 of the most bizarre foods from around the globe. From squirming octopus tentacles to maggot-infested cheese, we've explored the outer limits of culinary curiosity. Which of these daring dishes would you be brave enough to try? Or would you rather stick to your tried and true favorites? Food is more than just sustenance. It's a window into different cultures, traditions, and ways of life. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing food adventures. And let us know in the comments which of these bizarre foods you'd be willing to try.
That was awesome, dude!